And goodbye to Cascais. I think that's how you say it. We'd been on anchor for several days, and we'd be staying on anchor for at least a couple more nights, so we needed to fill our tanks with water. We asked about a bump and go at the marina in Cascais, and they wanted €40. Luckily, a marina en route was much more reasonable. Oeiras? I really don't know how to say any of these names. Anyway, Oeiras. Oeiras? Here we paid €12. We topped up our batteries, filled our tanks with water, took a nice long hot shower, and we stepped ashore for a few hours, where we found a delicious ice cream shop.
I'm wearing shorts, no shoes. I've almost got a sweat on, and we've come out for an ice cream.
We're all back in shorts.
Look at this. Fantastic ice creams. We just tested a basil one, and it literally just tasted like basil. And this mint one, it's not like a mint chocolate chip in England. It's literally like, you know when you get a mint leaf out of the garden and put it in your mouth. It tastes like that, but ice cream. Brilliant. And Eric's got an apple and cinnamon one. And that tastes like apple and tastes like crumble. And I tried a basil one, and it was the same. It was gorgeous. And I just tried Chili's salt and caramel, and all I taste is salt. It's like the sea. It's so salty, but in a good way. But anyway, we are loving these ice creams.
Yeah, this is so good.
These are all thanks to Jerry, Ian, Dave and Ginger, Bill and Lou, Auntie Jezza, Helen, and the Anderson clan. If you'd like to buy us an ice cream, you can do so on our Ko-fi page by clicking the link here or in the video's description. Jet skis. On walking back to the boat, we met a couple of musicians who were on their boat behind us, so we invited them over for a quick jam. This is what I love about this adventure. You don't know who you'll meet next. We filled up with diesel and we left the tranquility of the marina and found ourselves rocking and rolling. Luckily, things settled down enough for us to eat dinner, and then we got to our anchorage just after sunset. We were in Sesimbra. No time to go ashore, we were moving on. But we did get to hear the Christmas music they were playing. With a note saying I love you, I meant it. Now I know what a fool I'm being. On passage, we saw huge jellyfish and dolphins.
Wow! I'm coming, Mum. Jellyfish! Eat the jellyfish for us, please. Oh, hello. Oh, spit at us.
Wow!
It moves so well.
Super eerie here with all the...
It would also be very isolating to have us around.
Yeah. This was a nervous passage for us. We were close to shore but still in deep water, and there had been an orca attack not far from here just a couple of weeks ago. Load of ghosts floating past. Whoa. Whoa, just tons of them.
All the inferior are in the lake in the cave and they're trying to remove the Horcrux.
We made our way through the sea of ghosts without encountering any orca, and we anchored at Setubal?
It's summertime.
So bizarre. It's like I only know it's December the 12th because I look at my watch. It doesn't feel like it.
Absolutely gorgeous, this weather. Warm, toasty. We just had a nice, delicious alfresco lunch. We're going to row to shore in a bit and go to the shops.
That's some good news. What's the good news, Eric?
So there's this competition back in England where, like, you write a story, but it has to have, like, less than 500 words or less. And then you could submit it into, like, a competition. And I had a go, because I've heard of it many times and I didn't do it, but now I've done it this year. And we just got back results saying out of the thousands of people who entered, I've moved into, like, the best 5,000. So I've been, like, gone to the second level.
There were over 100,000 entries. Not bad for a home ed kid.
We're getting ready for Matt and Kate's visit.
Emergency! It's an overflow of books!
Tilly's sorting out her bedroom.
It's an overflow
This is the
of
kind.
books!
Now this is the kind of tidying I like. When you take everything off the shelves, clean the shelves, and put it all back neatly.
This is why.
I think it's fair to say that we have a lot of books.
This is why Esperance had to repaint the waterline. There's a good 100 kilograms of books.
Yeah, but they love reading.
Yep, we had a lot to do.
We're hanging up the instruments up.
Getting ready for Christmas, and it's so sunny that we can't imagine putting up presents or whatever you're supposed to put up, decorations. So instead we're hanging up musical instruments, getting them out of the way. It's been on the to-do list for a long time. Anyway, oh, we can play music with these. We don't even need the instruments, Cal. Jingle bells, perfect.
We went into town to get some supplies. You may have gathered that we have some guests coming to stay. Matt and Kate were our neighbours when we lived on our Dutch barge in England. Kate's sister lives in the Algarve, and that's where we want to get to. So Matt and Kate are meeting us in Sens, I don't think that's how you say it, and sailing around to Portimão with us. This is why we've been so keen to make use of every weather opportunity. We would never take any unnecessary risks just to try and meet somebody, but this worked out just fine. Anyway, we had a long walk into town to get the supplies. Shopping done, and we had a look around the Christmas market. We found some of our favourite chocolate cup liqueurs. This guy had never had anyone pay using their phone before, but he let us try and he was surprised that it worked.
It says okay. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh, my favourites.
Oh.
I just want a cup.
Oh.
This was a honey liqueur. Delicious. It started raining and we sheltered before making a dash for it. No footage, we were too busy hiding. When we got back to the beach, this guy helped us with our bags to the dinghy.
Red in the morning, Shepherd's Warding. Hopefully all's good. We are off today to Sens. It's pronounced Sens, and I read somewhere you don't pronounce it like that. It's like it reads S. I don't know. Anyway, we're off today. We are off to meet Matt and Kate today, which is really exciting. This is going to be our first contact with any old friends, anybody we know from England. Well, we have since September. No, yeah, for a while. This is the longest we've ever gone as a family, being away from people we know and love. And Matt and Kate are now becoming old friends, which is lovely. We've known them for a few years now, since the kids were tiny. They were our boat neighbours when we lived on the Dutch barge. They lived on the barge next door, which is really cool. And yeah, this has been a pretty incredible few months, but also pretty intense. I think the hardest of our marriage, hardest of our lives, perhaps, in terms of everything we're trying to do and trying to balance finances and everything else. So this has given us a bit of something to work towards, trying to get down south so we can meet them, and also this sort of mythical place of Portimão we're heading to. It's almost like we stuck a pin in the map, so let's get there, and it's become this big dream destination where everything was perfect, and that's where we're heading. In reality, we chose it because I just saw on one of the online kids for sale groups that there was a couple of other British families there for winter, and I thought, well, that's a good starting point, right? But we were already proven, as we did yesterday. We had an absolutely glorious day, a really fun family day here yesterday, and it was like the weather was nice. It wasn't like jumping in the sea weather, but it was so balmy. We were wearing shorts and t-shirts, and yeah, so, and hopefully that's going to carry on through the winter in the Algarve. So yeah, we're really excited to go and see our friends. Absolute glorious sail this morning, but I have just realised a problem. We've been living on anchor for the last few days. We're going to be living on anchor for at least another 2 nights, and today and tomorrow, even though the sun is shining, we are sailing south, which means those big bits of canvas up there, I'm going to cast a big chunky shadow all over my lovely solar panels. So they're producing approximately bugger all. See, look at this. We've got Starlink running, so we need the power. Normally we'd probably have about 400-500 watts. I finally found a negative effect for sailing south.
We arrived at Sesimbra and waited for our guests. We were so excited to see them. No time to let them settle in. We were up at 6 a.m. for one final push. One of the bonuses of having people coming over from England is that they can bring our post out with them, including our new GoPro. Woohoo! Welcome back, old friend. There you go. First bit of footage on the GoPro.
Oh, I've got like new bits. Hello, new GoPro. Welcome back to me talking on camera and less voiceover from Kelly. We've got a new GoPro.
For anyone new to the channel, our GoPro broke during our long enforced stay in Sada. Luckily, I pay an annual subscription whereby they will replace the GoPro, no questions asked. Not so luckily, however, I had to send it back to the UK and then wait for someone to visit to come and bring the replacement. Lucky again, though, GoPro didn't have the model that we sent back, so they gave us a free upgrade. Woohoo! You can see the difference. Matt and Kate also brought over Tilly's Beanos. Our friend Kelvin has been buying them for her each week and sending them out when he can.
Hey, the GoPro's back, which means I can do things like that, which is put my hand up and hold the camera, which I can't do with my big chunky iPad. Anyway, you join us on our very last southerly passage for a long time. Today we are going to round Cape St. Vincent in about 6 hours time, something like that, which is the bottom corner of Portugal, the bottom corner of Europe almost, and means that finally, after several months, we're going to be out of the Atlantic swell. So today we are having a rolly passage. It is getting better, the forecast is getting better all day, but we are bouncing and rolling around. We've got Matt and Kate with us, keeping an eye up in the cockpit, keeping an eye on their sea legs as well as a view, and we've got my dear wife here trying to cook in the swell. So she asked me to use the new GoPro to come and get some action shots. So I'll now simulate what it's like by moving the camera around.
I don't think you need to move the camera. I think it's actually...
I don't know, if I'll try and hold the camera level. Everyone can see.
I'm like having to brace myself.
Oh, you're bracing?
You can see the angle of the...
Yeah, it's just not going to catch it. Also, it's just calmed down at this exact moment as well. Like 2 minutes ago when you guys weren't watching, it was crazy. Anyway, Kelly's making some flatbreads. What do you like to do on your passages? You could comment below or not. Oh, flip over. Oh, there we go, action shot. What are you doing on your passage, Darcy? Lying on the floor. I'm going to play a blues lick. I'll play it better this time. No, I missed. Focus moving.
This passage was over 70 nautical miles and would take over 12 hours. We would be rounding the notorious Cape St. Vincent and on into the Algarve. This was not a passage that we would normally recommend for novice sailors, but these two are pretty hardy. We did a good job of hugging the coast, but it did get rather rolly.
Oh, this is bullshit.
But at least they kept on smiling. The end was in sight. There was the corner. This was what we'd been aiming for. We had our hearts set on getting to the Algarve, where we would get a warm winter. This is what we had spent so long working towards, and we were nearly there. We've made it to the Algarve. We had, and it was so weird. It was like someone had turned the wave machine off.
Sailing around here is so different. We've been absolutely rocked and rolled to death all day, and now it's lovely and calm. Lovely and calm.
It'll be interesting to see how close all we can get.
We considered continuing on for a few more hours and reaching Portimão tonight, but we had already put the crew through enough, so we decided to anchor for the night. Big mistake!
It's first thing in the morning, and me and Kyle just made the call.
This is bullshit.
This is, yeah, it's bullshit. It's been out, we've basically just anchored in the surf, so we're rolling around all night. Poor Matt and Kate, I don't know what they think. Anyway, I've made the call that the wind's picking up today, and then dying off again, late afternoon. But if we just get our head down with a reefing, a couple of reefs in the main and just motor, we can get through the worst of it before the seas pick up. So we'll just get our head down now, a couple of hours, get around to Portimão, and then everything will be golden. We'll be in the Algarve. There'll never be any rough seas ever again. Right, okay, let's get going.
Poor Matt and Kate indeed. I'm not sure any of us slept. But look at that sunrise.
Trying to get out of the bedroom.
Well, you're still smiling anyway.
We motor sailed on and finally we had made it to Portimão. This would be our home, at least until the new year. Thank you to our guests. They survived! And we had made it to the Algarve in time for Christmas.